corpse looks at you with bulging white eyes. The face around them does not look swollen and ready to burst. His lips are fish-like and his tongue like a ball gag. You seem to be holding your breath. Look down. Cargo belt twists his neck at an unnatural angle. The body below appears stiff, letting out an ungodly rot. Smell seeps in even through your clenched nostril. I ain't gonna pass this. Look over your nose without throwing up. Smells repulsive. Pushes in from your mouth, more instant and more familiar than anything you'd expected. More fever than odor. It fills your mind, flushing you from... Get out! No. Feel a great force wringing you from the stomach. Your body curls and pushes out, burst by burst, until a pool of vomit lies under your feet, and your throat stings from the stomach acid. God. It's okay. Happens to everyone. The lieutenant hands you his white handkerchief. Good. Thanks. The hangover is clearly making this worse for you. You could use some ammonia. Clear your head up. You think ammonia would help? You can handle the headache. Some officers use it to deal with cadaver and odor. But not you. I can't handle the headache. Okay, where do we get ammonia from? That young woman, the gardener, mentioned she used salts for the smell. He nods towards the plaza. If she doesn't have any, there might be some in the fridge store nearby. That victim's body. Having the ammonia is a modifier to the endurance check. Modifiers make checks easier and allow you to retry them. God, what is that? So bad. Active decay. Lieutenant raises a white piece of linen to his nose. It's okay to throw up, officer. No one is judging. He's about to blow. The cop's gonna blow, Kuno. Turn away. So annoying. Talk to gardener lady.
Hello again, officer. How are things?
Do you still have your salts? I think I could use some. Sure, I'm done with them. Takes a small capsule out of her breast pocket and hands it to you. Squeeze on this stuff. It gave me a terrible headache. Yep, and Hangman gets fresh. Going back. Running. There he still is, looking right through you with his white eyes. The body below is entirely dedicated to corpse smell, admitting it is all it does. Still not gonna pass this. Your nose without throwing up. The ammonia only makes it work. Combination forces tears out of your ducts. You manage to keep it in once. Second time, not so much. The vomiting is done. Your cheeks are wet with tears. Pneumonia didn't help at all. Not just the wind right now. You feel the lieutenant pat your back rhythmically. I've seen strong men turn themselves inside out for hours. Facing tough odds here. Alcohol withdrawal makes it considerably harder. Why can't I keep it in if I've been a cop my whole life? I've seen captains puke their guts out. It never gets easier. You never get used to the smell. Every Monday is cadaver day. Throw up, investigate. Throw up, Initial autopsy, throw up, bag it, pats you back again. Then drive to the station, maybe throw up on the way there if you didn't bag the thing tight enough. You seem to be fine. I think I've lost my sense of smell. White lie. Not being hungover helps too. Can we do something else? I think I want to solve something else. Probably a good idea. Clear our heads, but before we can do that, Oz his hand back and look at the time. You need to get your shit together. Okay. We should go talk to the locals. Find something else to do while the wind changes. It's pretty bad right now. You've received a thought. When this dialogue is over, go to your thought cabinet in the bottom right menu and equip it. Give it half an hour. Get yourself together, then come back and have another. Volumetric shit compressor. Your shit is apart, and it's rather unbecoming of a cop and a human being. It's supposed to be the opposite of that. Together, pressed in a small area. Give a solid level of shit compression, squeeze your butt cheeks together for 30 minutes. Do something similar with the two hemispheres of your brain. Talk to people, maybe that would help. That. Check your tasks. Oh, let's... Let's go to Fred. Actually, no, it's not Fred. It is that direction. Let's explore over here.
Hello, sir. Step right in. The store is open.
The young girl with chubby red cheeks waves at you, smiling. Her nose is also red from the cold. Hello.
Are you interested in a new and exciting book?
She stomps her feet to feel warmer. What kind of a store is this anyway?
It's a bookstore, sir. We sell books, postcards, and some board games. It's called Crime, Romance, and Biographies of Famous People.
Books, postcards, easy. Even a kid would know all this. Little girl, I know what a book is. Books are like very long letters with stories inside them.
Yes, that's exactly it.
I also know what a postcard is. It's a small cardboard picture that you can send to a friend or a loved one.
You got it, sir. What about board games?
I like playing games with people's minds.
Okay, sir. This was all very enlightening. Can I help you with anything else?
Is it okay if I ask you some questions?
Okay, sir. I'll try to answer any questions you have. I hope they're about books.
What is your name? My name is Annette, sir. My mom, her name is Placence. She owns the store. She's inside minding the register or organizing the stock. The girl gazes at the window, then suddenly jolts, her eyes wide as if recalling something. Feel free to step in and browse our wares. And you're standing out here in the cold because... signaling that the store is open. She nods eagerly. Otherwise, people might not know. You'd miss out on the crime, romance, and biographies of famous people. I could help by brutally dismantling the free market. Thank you, sir. I'm glad to help Mom out with the store. Doesn't seem to understand what you said. Shouldn't you be at school or something? I do my studies at home at the moment. I have to help Mom keep this place running. Isn't going to school more important than this? Mom says it's necessary to do both because it builds character. Mom says a proper worker is dutiful. That's how you get ahead in life. You succeed. How's the business going? Mom says it's peachy. She was a little afraid at first. There's talk about this house being over her shoulder. Cursed. Cursed? In what way? Cursed in a way that makes them say that no business has ever really thrived here, sir. That they all go looking for the right word. Bankrupt. Exactly, but we've been doing fine so far. I think curses are real. They shouldn't be, but they seem real. Anyhow, they say that these grounds are doomed for businesses. There must be an economic reason for this. One could say that entire economies are doomed, as they tend to crash every once in a while. Yes, sir. You realize she doesn't have the faintest idea what you're talking about? You know, the economy, it's like the network of everyone buying and selling and producing and consuming stuff. Why are they doing that? That keeps the network working, right? Okay, I understand, sir. She's puzzled. What's this crime business? Crime fiction is about murders or burglaries or things like that, the work of a policeman or a private detective who's trying to solve a crime and catch the criminals. Wait, not crime fiction. I need to know what crime is. Doesn't know what to say. It's that bad. Crime is what we're solving before this conversation began. Why would anyone want to read about crime? Exciting to people, I guess. They get to imagine a dangerous thing, and it's kind of like a puzzle. You can guess who the criminal is, or how the good guys are going to catch him. I'm a policeman myself, by the way. You don't look much like a policeman. She examines you, as if to find something policeman-like. Huh. Well, what does a cop look like, then? Didn't mean to offend, sir. Sorry, sir. It's just that you don't look like Dick Mullen. Points to a book cover on which you see a strapping Vespertine officer, which stands grimly over the body of the dead. It's not your body that's important in police work anyway. It's your head. Not head, child. Heads. Flexibility. There are millions of different people out there, and you have to get into their heads. Sometimes you gotta be the killer to catch the killer. Isn't that very dangerous? He examines the picture of Dick Mullen. Policemen live and breathe danger, little girl. Mullen obviously lacks the chameleonics. Unlike you, sir, smiles mischievously. He's just a fictional character. No match for you. Maybe you can show me some real police work, sir. Cover image of Dick Mullen seems to stare at you with harsh disapproval. Like in the books. Closure check. I am going to deduce something now. Ah, you failed to deduce anything substantial. He waits intently. I'm a detective. I deduce that you are very small. Come on, don't be silly. That's not a proper deduction. She rolls her eyes. What is romance? It's the type of book where there's a rich lady and she has to choose between the good man and the bad man. She smiles at the thought, perhaps imagining herself in that situation. Or there could be a story about a poor lady getting a rich man. About man and lady business. What about when everyone is poor? It's really not a proper romance story. That's more like everyday life. Sometimes you have to write about real life things. Not in romance books, sir. These are about nice and pretty people, and everyone is happy in the end. What about when both men are bad? These are not very common. You can't have a choice between bad and bad. Nobody wants to read a story like that. But if it's written really well, well, maybe then it's fine. Maybe if the lady then decides not to pick either, because she doesn't need a bad man. Yes, that would be interesting. What about a poor man getting a rich lady? Happens, but usually the guy gets rich in the process, or should actually be rich himself, but has lost his family property unjustly, like during the revolution or something. I see. Those are unhappy books for most of the pages. People sad about what they have lost. Then it all turns out just fine in the end. What about a book where the man and lady business doesn't work out at all? Haven't read many of those. Maybe you should ask Mom. Yeah, you think she has one about an excruciatingly painful breakup? I don't think it's a romance story if the main characters break up, though. Pauses, trying to figure out the appropriate answer. No, think about it. One where they plunge into a torrid spiral of pain and recrimination, only it's really long and drawn out, scarred for life, phantom limb. No, I don't know. She looks at you with puzzlement. Doesn't ring a bell? Alright, I'll ask your mom. Yes, she nods relieved. She knows books, definitely. What was that? An idea for an unfinished novel stuck somewhere in your forebrain? That's enough romance for me. I had other questions. Maybe some about other books. She rubs her chilled nose with her fist. Were these famous people? Oh, kings and queens and generals of old, or artists and writers or musicians. Those kinds of people. There's usually something extraordinary about them. She scratches her cold reddened cheek and continues. I think that's why people read them, to find the secrets of their fame. Seems like most people who read those books fail to get more famous from reading them. Reading those doesn't make the readers more famous, does it? But it does make the famous people more famous, she smiles gleefully. Fame is for vain people. I have better things to do. Okay, sir. She stamps her feet, waiting for what comes next. Okay, bye. See you around enough. God thought. Yom le mion. Bad news, Guillaume Lemion did not become a cop. 38, he went on a tour of the Hisinyo province in Safford, where he died of asphyxiation. Body was found hanging from a decorative dragon tree in his junior suite, amid drug paraphernalia, unwholesome objects, and the Sylvia Trainer single, Wonderland, skipping in the background. And yes, you can take this as a metaphor for a rubbish in the 30s, and also as a warning. +1 pain threshold because blood oxygen is boring, and all psych learning caps raised by 1. Cool. Now I have that. Book has a rose, a pistol, and a half-naked tame on its cover. On the cover stands a very muscular man surrounded by flames. The book is titled Man from Hyundai and the Wildfire. This is a book about pate. This book, I don't really understand what it is about, nor does it seem important. A book about Guadero culture. It promotes freedom and roaming upstream. It's a book about the future. The government reads your mind using radio technology. I'll give me that bag. The ad reads broken window. Chips has windows. Listen, boy, I don't start trouble, I fix it. Give me this bag. The plastic bag has Fritte written on it in a dynamic, forceful manner that implies great prices. As you crack it open, a malty gust of air flies in your face. Smells of yeast and beer. Perfect place for tear. Take that. And now I get to collect cans for money. Cause I'm a hobo cop. Need to pay my rent. To Roundabout North. To Capeside Apartments on Maze Pier. This coin-operated viewer is facing southwest. Its coin slot is full of fossilized bubblegum, rendering the machine permanently inaccessible. Poor little viewer. Metal feels cold and wet under your palm. It looks unhygienic. Vandalism. Probably some kids. Lieutenant inspects the rig slot. Look inside. Thick layer of graffito covers the lenses. You spell out the word ONUC written on the other side, with N and C scribbled backward. That's Kuno on the lens. Shift your focus to the background. In front of the graffito, a sea of blues and greys appear. Behind the water lies a coast studded with concrete and reeds. On it, a church on stilts, lanky weather-worn wooden planks, an X-shaped cross topping its arch. You know this to be the star of Pericarnassus, or the Chi-Rho, central symbol of the Pericarnassian Church. Star, for a moral height to be strived for. I can't talk today for some reason. This coin-operated viewer is facing south. Instruction manual says to insert 25 centimes and pull the handle while looking inside. Then use the focus knob to zoom in if needed. I place a tourist attraction in the middle of such poverty. What's a tourist attraction doing here? There was a revitalization project in 49. The design studio tried restoring Martinez to its pre-war glory. Then it looks around and it didn't stick. That! Anyone else? I don't know what that was. What happened? I got as far as the street lamps and the statue on that intersection, then something went sour. He lowers his voice. I suspect that something was Everard Clare, union leader. He must have the bat. That's how it usually goes around here. Can't we do something about it? Should have done something about the union 10 years ago. The ship has sailed, officer. I insert a coin. Money disappears into the coin slot. A clunk, the ring of metal. Pull the handle and look inside. Curtains on the display open. You lean in to catch the view. It's blurry, different blues and greens. In the middle of the shimmer stands a drab gray shape like a ghost. Turn the knob to focus your vision. Lenses shift. Ghost sharpens into an islet in the bay. Or islet? In the ruins, a man-made structure is visible. Half-sunken seafort, its concrete almost reconquered by nature. Looks as if it was abandoned quite some time ago. Nothing but a rotten tooth remains of the anti-aircraft tower. Only birch tree grows out of it. There are ruins of some kind of building there. Really? I don't have the eyesight to make it out. The lieutenant takes off his glasses and cleans them. Yeah. Weird. Oh, yeah, I forgot it does that. That is one annoying thing about this game, is that this constantly updates as you pick up tear, so you have to keep checking it over and over again to get rid of that thought bubble. Or that notification bubble. Oh. Whoa, what have we here? A bridge? Bridge with loose nails and rot-infested wood that creaks in the wind. Construction code violation if there ever was one. Damn, it looks like we've got a construction code violation. Lieutenant looks around. They never cleaned up the war damage. The rest of Revershaw looks better, though. Well, Lieutenant, think about the splinters. The bridge is fine enough. Locals use it all the time. After all, it's nothing to worry about. Shall we? Wow, so someone's been a little boring. What? Yes, my standard liege. Someone's seen all sorts of wild ideas pop off and thought, I'll take the boring one. The regular, please. The brown. I like standards. course you do. Maybe some regulations and a usual pistol to go with them. Official, my lord's capo type is regular cop. I'll let everyone know. I'll send out a telefax. Wait, what? This will be my capo type now? Yes, the type of cop you are, sire. Think of it as a caste, a class even. A nation of regular law officials that you belong to. Comes, of course, with the usual benefits. Yeah, no need. Let's keep that announcement on standby for now. Good, of course. To outright declare yourself something does seem a bit too interesting, now doesn't it? Won't trouble you any further. Still going for our cop. Although boring cop probably just comes before our cop. Oh. You thought? Volumetric chick compressor. Bizarre scientific news from Marischal West today, where a police officer's shit has been observed at a pressure of around 495 gigadecimals. These metallic hydrogen levels of shit togetherness were thought to exist only at the center of collapsing stars. Not law official. Remains to be seen how long the shit singularity lasts. All endurance wide checks unlocked, and learning cap for endurance raised to 4. Now we can go check out that body again. Yep. Chip's body. Okay, put that back. Ah, money. Alright. See if we can look at the body without throwing up. There he still is, looking right through you with his white eyes. The body below is entirely dedicated to that corpse smell. Emitting it is all it does now. Get lucky. Ah! That's unfortunate. The corpse appears to laugh at you, black froth bubbling on its lips. Every molecule in this body reeks of death. Still too much. Feel it coming up again. Every time it happens, it gets worse and worse. There's nothing more to throw up now. All that's left is crying and convulsing dryly at the same time. I failed again. And is clearly at a loss. What do I do now? Officer, you just need to be stronger. Learn to keep it in long enough for us to work. There's nothing else to do. Open up this white check again by going to your character sheet and spending a skill point and upgrading your endurance skill. To gain experience, do side cases. Relax, it's okay if you don't make it today. The loaded corpse isn't going anywhere. Something though. I have a skill point. So I'm just gonna level that up. Because this is part of the main quest. Yep. Try again. There we go. As you breathe in, the odor comes over you, the spell of the mind telling you to run, and your stomach to wring itself empty. With your hands at your sides and your eyes squinting, you stand in it. Puzzle. Hanging in front of you is a puzzle of decaying flesh, tattoos, and tendons. They always do that. They do after 7 days, yes. We're deep in decomposition. Okay. Get closer. The man before you is naked but for a pair of underpants and enameled boots. His skin is greenish, marbled with decaying veins and blotched by lividity. A fading web of tattoos covers his chest and shoulders. The cargo belt used to fasten him to the branch above appears industrial in length. Like the boots. Material appears to be ceramic. Clean whites stands in stark contrast to the decaying flesh above the knee. The man wore thick polymer socks, probably for padding. A fine array of interlocking plates covers them. Delicate and fragile, they feel alien to the world around you, out of place somehow. These are clearly not boots, they're armor, possibly part of a larger set. Not just boots, are they? They're armor. Indeed, with his notebook under his arm, the lieutenant crouches to inspect the soles. Technically speaking, these are sabatons, not boots. Oh, the lieutenant uses a mnemotechnique A6? Oh. Weird word. That's not just any notebook, it's a classic. Thanks, super useful to know. All you, baby. What kind of armor is this exactly? Ceramic plate. Zirconium dioxide, most likely. This is where the make would be. Where? Under the heel. Fairweather. Turns the boot slightly. Fairweather model T500/VE. I'm guessing that's vitreous enamel. This is advanced stuff. What happened to the rest of it? The locals probably. It would be odd if he had more on after 7 days. I should keep a lookout for these pieces. The armor could yield information. He nods towards Kuno. Maybe he'll know something. Maybe he was just wearing these boots and there is no rest of the armor? No, he must have worn something precious underneath his clothes. They removed all his clothes to get to it. They did not just strip him for the putrid rags. Just the armor. And where are these clothes? Have you seen any around? Someone could have cleaned the yard, but that's a question for the red-haired thing. I hear you cop, talking shit about the Kuno. Come here and say it to Kuno's face. What if they told him to strip before they hung him, to demean him? They usually hang them completely naked for that. La puta madre, the master, the besmertis and the like. This one still has his underpants. What, you trying to ignore me now, fuckface? You know this boot shit is super boring, and guy's a total bitupas. No idea what that means. The material looks out of place here. It's expensive. The lieutenant draws a line on the condensation on the ceramic index finger. We've requested similar material for our tactical units for years now. Constabularies deemed it too costly. At that time, we've lost 6 men to semi-automatics. How much are we talking about? For a full set, about 4 years of wages. For the northwest region of Revachol, an officer's average yearly income is 5,500 real, unadjusted for rank. Forgot, I gave him a British accent. Wait, my yearly pay is 5,500 real? Not too much, yes. Sounds puny. No wonder I can't pay my hostel bill. It's a sorry situation, I agree. How could this man afford such expensive hardware? That's for us to find out. He checks his notes. Mr. Grotz implied he was security personnel for the harbor company. This confirms my own assumptions. Initial report? These look pretty advanced for a security guard. Oh, sorry. I got distracted. Just something I scraped together from my station. An area report on Martinez. I'm sure you did the same. You advance for a security guard. I agree, this equipment is way beyond what a guard can afford. Knock on the boot. A small bell-like sound fills the air, like tapping on the side of a porcelain cup. Sounds fragile. Anything but. Material is a kinetic redistributor. It spreads kinetic energy horizontally from plate to plate, dissipating it entirely. Points to the boots. See? Faint organic lines cover the plates where they separate into smaller ones. These plates then divide into smaller plates until there are hundreds of them altogether. Like whorls of floorboard, the design looks organic, influenced by highly resistant wood materials like lignum vitae and ebony, perhaps. What does this remind me of? Trees were made of porcelain. This is what their cross-section. Run your finger over the lines. Smooth, glossy surface fractures into ever more intricate intersections, peaking on the right sabaton where you notice. Whorls are in the shape of a letter and number combination. E5, E50, 100, 1000. Looks like there's a serial number on the right sabaton. Good. Can you read it to me? He tips the drawing ballpoint of his pen on his tongue. X541567456782222. Let's lie. Sure. Drama. That doesn't sound like a serial number. Where's the structure and logic of a line of manufactured products? Pauses to think. No matter, we should run it anyway. True, it didn't have the cadence and logic of a real manufactured item. Actually, I don't know why I lied. The number is E50, 100, 1000. Officer, the decomposing corpse has temporarily suspended my sense of humor. Let's continue in a less playful manner. Pauses to think. Anyway. We have a make and a number. That's something. Use the radio in my kinema when you return. Either station can chase it for us. Pull the boot off. Stench fills your nostrils as you push downward. An ominous creaking sound comes from above. Stop! Jen's voice is sharp. He looks at you with the boot on your arm. Takes one pull his hair off. Brutal. On the serial number. Oh, this is a bad idea, isn't it? You're going to pull his head off. Do it, homo. Do what? Pull his head off. There's no point performing an autopsy. If you do, we'll have compromised the coroner's case. Indeed, from this angle it does look like the neck isn't going to take much more. Being dead for a week has all but liquefied his muscles. What are you trying to achieve anyway? Why are you hanging on to that boot? Are we not detectives? There may be clues inside the boot. How many clues do you need? I already found the number. Besides, perhaps on the boot. There's no way you're getting them off. All the organic matter in his body has been flowing down into the boots. They're fused to his feet now. Why do you think the locals haven't scavenged them yet? So bad with the French accent. You're sure there's a way to peel them off, but first the body needs to be down, and second, it would probably be better if the lieutenant wasn't around. Steal a dead man's boots, but that would be dishonorable. Use. Alright then, you can pay the hostel bill in honor points. How many honor points have you collected? There are honor points? Of course there aren't, don't be naive. What's going to happen to the boots then? Processing will take care of them. With the situation in the morgue, it will yield nothing, but we must pick our fights. He looks towards the boots. Should we continue? Back off and look at the corpse. Cadaver slowly twists on the cargo belt. Torso covered in tattoos and extremities blotched pink and blue. Check the belt. Hangman's knot is pulled tight by the weight of the corpse below. Yellow, hard-edged polyester cuts into his neck above. Sliding buckle ties the belt to the neck branch. I can't read today. Bad. This is a steel-reinforced cargo lashing belt, big brother of the regular cargo belt. It's used for tying cargo under 6 rotor airships. Don't ask me how I know, but this is a flashing belt used for airlifting cargo. Airlifting? But it was used on Lotus for strapping cargo to them. Apparently, this is the reinforced kind for air transport. My brain tells me so. Nods. The local harbor uses 6 rotors to shuffle containers around. Get the sense they used whatever was on hand, without paying much attention to not terminating themselves. We're assuming dock workers from the harbor did it? Brief suggests as much, politically motivated by the ongoing strike. Did you not get a briefing? My past has undergone total annihilation. Nothing remains. My mother, the love of my life. Certainly not a breathing. Okay, thanks. Should ask me for one the first moment we get. I sure wanted him to stay up there. The rope is reinforced with steel wiring. I was afraid it would be. Tries to inspect the news. Thin steel wiring, parallel strands. This makes getting him down more problematic than I had assumed. How'd they even get him up there? A noose is one of those things that's easier to use one way around. Points the buckle, tying the belt to the branch above. Did they climb up using the kid's ladder? That ladder can't carry a grown man. I didn't see any splintering either, did you? I think they lassoed the branch, then pulled on the belt to close the buckle. Makes a pulling motion. Could be. Shape of the branch supports the theory. The cadaver hangs from the cargo belt, limbs limp and torso covered in tattoos. Check the tattoos. An intricate web of blue lines stretch across the torso. From the right shoulder to the solar plexus, each time they intersect, a small white star is formed in their crossing. Hundreds of fading asterisks ripple his skin. The concentration is highest around his heart. Is this a map of the night sky? Map of the stars? Turns around to breathe before inspecting it closer. I do see some similarity to astronomical charts. Great Century, Messinian maybe. But this seems more particular, customized somehow. As if someone left out most of the night sky, filtering it through personal choice. The principle of this filter remains unknown to you. The thought dissipates and you feel as though you were only half right. I'm missing something here. So am I. Then ringing fills the air as the lieutenant pulls down the zipper of his orange jacket. Takes a thin piece of milled aluminum from his coat pocket and pulls it open. Sounds like a sword being unsheathed. Small lens appears, some sort of camera. Ah. Trigat Sunshine. Mini. Trigat is the world's leading manufacturer of intercommunication devices, primarily projectors. The camera before you looks familiar somehow. Shit, Kuno, what the fuck is that? An instant color camera. He produces 2 metal-capped ampules and clicks them into place on the side of the apparatus. Then slot shines there. Only 2 ampules, so nobody move. I don't want to waste one. Points the camera at the corpse, peering into it. The lens needs adjusting. Then... sound. Shrill flash, followed by the breaking of a small ampule of glass. These streams of color pour onto the thick, glossy piece of paper rolling out. On it, a color-perfect copy of the dead man's tattooed chest. In case we need it, the lieutenant says and shakes the paper, letting it dry in the cold wind. What do we need this photo for? It contains insight to the victim's person. By his build, I'd say this was a man of physical violence. The story he wanted his body to tell us was important to him. Is this letter to us? Someone should decipher it. We'll need to show it around. Can I have it? I should look at it later without the corpse smell. Oh, just don't lose it. Hands you the piece of rolled up photo paper, no larger than a pack of cigarettes. Glassy-eyed corpse looks by, his mouth mute and his skin as colorful as the chemical rainbow on the photo paper, teeming with opportunistic organisms. Look him in the eye. Eyes are milky white and blind to the world, shooting comically from their sockets. There is no one home, just subaquatic terrors there. Dark brown hair grows on his head. His face is ready to explode from the organic cross-side. Death's head grin has passed, remains as an unrecognizable mess. Tell me, why are you dead, man? Corpse is dead silent. You have no idea why you just said that. Who is he? He's male, 40 to 50, with an athletic build. The corpse looks right through you as you distance yourself from its stench, eyes like a shark. Squint and take a step back. As you narrow your eyes, the monster before you blurs into a violent mess of green and pink. This is a trick. You've done it before. Pink is where the blood settled in the first hours post-mortem. You can use it to see if the corpse has been tampered with. This is position at the time of death match the discoloration. Observe. Only the lower extremities are pink with a dash of blue. His fatted hands, thighs, and his neck. Above the noose. The rest of the corpse appears dark green in the cold spring air. His face and hands are pink. Eyes too. I see it. He adjusts his glasses. Neck too. Avidity goes right up to his chin. You have good, well-pronounced discoloration. Relax your eyes. The monster comes back into focus, an explosion of color, coursing with dark marbled veins. His stomach appears pregnant with something. Black liquid streams down his thigh onto his boot. So what do you think? I think he's dead. I agree. Personality is no longer a part of the world. Totally dead. The world no longer stores his personality in its composition. There was a time for that, and it ended 7 days ago. He nods in agreement with this advanced piece of conceptualization. Having mulled it over, the lieutenant says, "Sounds about right, yes. I think he was upright after death. Hands, feet, and neck are discolored." Agreed. That's the belt. Especially on the neck. The belt acted like a tourniquet, keeping the blood in his head. Hypostasis supports the hanging. But still like the hypostasis marks in the neck to be a bit more pronounced. For some reason, my brain would like the pink to be more pronounced, especially in the neck. Maybe it looks faint to you. Leans closer, covering his nose. Could be more pronounced, actually. Dumet notte. Could still be he was moved after death. Always a chance. We should check for ligament marks on his, see if they're in tune with the belt. We'll have to get him down first. Something is coming out of him. A pool of blood and feces has eaten into the frozen mud below the man's feet. Purge liquid is dripping into him, drop by drop. The victim appears to have contained no more than half a kilogram of digestion from death. The fuck you saying? Aren't talking about shit. We got lucky. Did we? I don't feel lucky. Beaten up. See the bruises? I do. Most of them are post-mortem. Maybe even all of them. The delinquents have made our jobs harder with their little sport. Stop talking in riddles, Coinslot. He means you fucked him up good, Kuno. Girl yells. Fucked him up brutal like. Back off and catch your breath. But there is no breath to catch, only the cadaver filling the air in your nostrils. He slowly rotates before you, decomposing. So how do we get him down? Stops to think, then checks his notes. Are you sure we finished the preliminary examination of the cadaver? We might miss some of these things once he's down. Step back and have another look first. Yep. Preliminary examination is done. Let's get him down from there. Steel reinforced belt presents a unique challenge. Brought chain cutters, but I don't see a good angle of approach to the belt. Not speculating. And I got another skill point. Doesn't actually think the challenge is unique. He thinks it's frustrating, annoying, and harder than he thought. The cadaver is a good 1.2 meters up. Neither one of us can reach the belt without assistance, and even if we do, there's the question of cutting the airship strength material. You saw the branch? Climb up there and saw the branch. Yeah, it seems dangerous. There has to be a less risky way, less falling down off trees. Can someone else do it? Someone else. Pauses. You mean like the police? Was that about processing, then? Weren't they supposed to take care of the boots? Why don't they help? Can't the boys from processing take care of this? No. Why? Think of the boys from processing as murderers, only instead of people, they murder crime scenes. Processing is a wrecking crew. They know how to commission off items and how to work the incinerator. I know it's hard, but I assure you, the others won't come to help us. We have a growing sanitary concern. We need to get him down fast. Maybe we could shoot him down? Yeah, enthusiasm is unrestrained. Bang bang time, pigs. Shoot his head off. And remains unaffected. How? Where the buckle ties the rope to the branch. That's a good spot to aim. There, the buckle holds the belt together. Where? Breaks his glasses. Ah, yes, I see. The shot hits that there might be a chance to release the belt. Yeah, now we're talking. Contain the Kuno with some shit. They'll miss. The pigs will miss Kuno. Take the shot, Lieutenant. What's the worst thing that could happen? I'll blow his head off. Take it! Take the shot! Yeah, take the shot. Kuno wants some of that shit. Silence. With his elbows sharp, the lieutenant unzips his jacket and produces a lightweight firearm. He drops a paper cartridge in the barrel, separates the scouting stick, and gives the cartridge 5 tucks. That's a Kygel A990 Armistice mass-produced muzzleloader. Aesthetic, frugal, one of the most common firearms in the world. He then steps back and assumes the Phallustes position. Name. Corner of his eye twitches. Fingers on the trigger. Easy does it, partner. You gonna fucking miss? Kid's voice is drowned in a shrill blast that echoes off the walls of the surrounding tenements. A cloud of smoke slowly parts in the air as the lieutenant steps back and says to himself, God damn it. Fucking idiot, Lil Koopa, asshole. Kuno could have hit it easy, but then Kuno's not fucking handicapped, is he? Try again, maybe? No, we're lucky as it is. We didn't break anything. And the victims remain uncompromised. He looks around at the windows overlooking the yard. Any more mistakes could put us in an unfortunate position with the locals. We have eyes on us. They didn't do us any favors with that. Okay, man. Kuno's sorry too? Kuno feels sorry for the binocular. And it doesn't say a word, just looks at the gun in his hand. What now? I have to say, it's beginning to look unlikely we can get him down without assistance. Can I have the gun? I should try. Bad as it is, us shooting firearms like punks, pauses, then shrugs and proceeds to load the pistol up. Go ahead, I'm not stopping you. Don't knows it. He shines it in his outstretched hand. They only have one gun. Sorriest pair of pigs Kuno's ever seen. Take the gun. Yeah, take it, you fucking banana poika. Take it and shoot yourself. What are these words? What are these words? Feel the weight first. The cold piece of bakelite and gunmetal is surprisingly light. Your finger fits right through the guard, instinctively resting on the trigger. What are you waiting for, Kuno? Tell him to shoot himself in the mouth. Point the gun at the belt. Buckle comes into focus in your sights, and with your feet planted firmly in the ground and your left hand supporting your gun arm. Why don't you just shoot yourself in your mouth? At least you won't miss. Okay, well that doesn't have a great chance of succeeding. Say shut up. What? You gonna fuck me? The voice is almost whispered now. You wanna fuck me, pig? Is that what this is about? Close your left eye first. Field of view narrows. The branch slowly moves, becoming entirely two-dimensional. Metal buckle glimmers, catching the noon light as the corpse slowly rotates. Slow movement of the branch. There! Slow movement of the branch in the wind, and your shoulders directing the gun sync up, dancing hypnotically. Look, he's crying. You gonna cry now? Fucking meh. Okay, let's just shoot it. Failure. Ah! A plume of smoke erupts from the barrel. Your hand goes numb from the explosion. With your ears still ringing, you lower the weapon to see what happened. You miss the belt, but hit the corpse straight in the chest. Bits of rib cage protrude from the skin. No blood, only a murky sludge dripping down his belly. The sudden stink makes your eyes water. Oh my god, he's gonna fucking cry. I knew it. What a milku. Start crying. You're sensitive. Feels dry. Nothing comes out of you as you stretch and bend your face into a crying shape. You're too furious to cry, apparently. Cry harder. Cry really hard to cry. Lieutenant watches you jerk some tears, your shoulders shaking and your eyes dry. Gun begins to slip from your fingers. Oh, well. Didn't know that was gonna happen. Jumalauta. Can't even cry. Lieutenant gently picks his gun from your hand and holds it. You still need to get him down somehow. Tone is growing tired now. The stench makes him turn away from the corpse. Ah. The bad way. The way I didn't want us to. Guys. By asking the harbor for help. They have the tools and the men. If they put him up there, they can take him down too. But won't it be dangerous? Trust the suspects for help with the victim's body? Be indebted to Eva Claire? Very much, yes. Why, I would have preferred us to handle this ourselves. Clearly, we can't. Suck my dick, bitches. Who's Eva Claire? Leader of the Union. A dangerous and corrupt man. From what I hear, you don't want to owe him much. Yeah, don't go being someone else's bitches. You're Kuno's bitches. How do we get inside the harbor? From the gates, by negotiating or fighting. I'm unenthusiastic about fighting. He looks around. Or we can try to find some secret third path. It's unlikely, though. To the gates. Let's negotiate. Get to it, then. And with that, we are done. Today's session. Till next time. Hope you all have a good day. Bye-bye.